Today we have the biggest list of cottagecore themed items you have ever seen. We have realistic log piles, we've got bonfires that don't catch fire, we've got cherry hot tubs, bamboo staircases, fairycore water features, overgrown gazebos, everything you could possibly want in here. Now all of this is in this video, so if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first one is going to be something that everybody wants. Literally, it's the birch trees in the custom art they made for one of the updates. So we're going to go up by maybe like 3 blocks like this, or 4, sorry. Place a birch sapling. We're going to go to bone meal it, so we get a birch tree that's like quite high up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make it so it goes all the way down. And this is how you're going to make really, really tall birch trees. Now look at that beautiful thing right there. And now we're going to add a little bit of stuff like this to it, so it sticks out like that. So you look, it's looking customized already. And now I actually have a texture pack, which lets me have invisible item frames. So I'm going to do this to add mushrooms on the side. Now I'll provide this down below, but look how cool this looks. Let's do a little guy there. We'll do a little red one on the side here. And then we're going to add some vines to it. We'll have one hanging off the edge like this. Have some down here. Now this was very easy to build. Now you can just scatter these around your base and it'll look so much cooler. Now this next one's going to be really simple. We're going to be doing some custom pumpkins. And look at this, we've got a gigantic pumpkin. And normally what I do, I'll do a 3x3 one, which is this one, and then I'll go around it and do some 2x2s, a bit like this. So it looks like there's a big one and you have the little small guys near it. So put some more sea pickles on top, and then we'll go do these ones like this. And look how beautiful that looks. We're gonna add some more of these to the top. And now we've got ourselves a nice little pumpkin patch. And for the next one, we've got ourselves some fairy lights. So we'll start over here. I'm gonna build up a little bit so it can be in the air. And we'll start here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna place a lantern underneath like this. And then on here, we're literally just going to place our pink banners like this. So it's very easy to make. Now, this one is one of my favorites. Now, we're going to be building a log pile. We're going to have it 3 wide on the bottom and another layer in the middle on the top. We're actually going to add another 2 on the front like this, so it's a bit more uneven. And then we're going to add campfires. I'm going to extinguish them with the shovel. And you should get a big pile of logs like this. We'll put another one on top. And now for some finishing touches, we're going to add some rails onto the side like this. These you got to hold them down. And look at that. That does look really cool, doesn't it? Now we're moving on to a campfire. And this is something I learned about recently. And it was absolutely beautiful. So we're going to light a netherrack on here. And this is going to be using netherrack. But the fire won't actually burn the logs, because I'll do this. And if it was like this normally, it would burn. But I'm actually going to add string onto the tops here. So 4 right next to it there, and then on the front bits here we're going to add 4 as well on these bits here, and then here we're going to add some campfires. So now this is like a giant bonfire and it won't catch fire at all. Even if fire spreads on, the string is a non-flammable object and we're blocking every single like place where the fire can spread to. So this is like perfectly safe to have in your world, which is like flabbergasting. Like, look at this, it looks so cool. So we have some benches and now we can sit around the fire, roast some marshmallows. It'll look very, very cool. I don't want to play with you anymore. And now the next one is going to be involving campfires again. So let's go out and mark out where we're going to have the water, because this is going to be a cherry blossom hot tub. So we're going to have a 4x3 platform here, and then we're going to go around the outside and we're going to place these like this. Then we can remove the inside like so. Let's place 1 log on the sides here, and this is going to be a flower pot. We're going to put a little flower in there, and we're actually going to remove this one block here. And then we're going to put some fences along like this, and then on the very top we're going to add some cherry blossom trapdoors as well. Now we want this to be an actual hot tub, so we're going to dig down, and underneath here we're going to place maybe 2 campfires like this. We don't have too many, otherwise you won't be able to see. And now for the final touches, we're going to add the water in here. I lied, we need a lantern as well. I gotta say, that looks really goddamn cozy. Oh my god, I love that. I'm in a nice little hot tub. I'm wearing my clothes. Oh, I'm wearing my clothes. Oh, no. Now, the bonfire itself is pretty cool, but if you want a smaller fire, we're going to go ahead and do one right here. So we're just going to place some 4 slabs like this. And then in the middle, we're going to break the block and we're going to put the campfire in here like this. And then on the edges, we're going to have logs to sit on like this. So we're going to do 3 wide logs again like that. And on the edge, we're going to add a few leaves to spice it up a little bit as well. And there we go. And if this was actually on grass, I'd probably replace all of this with gravel. Now, we've got another little one we can do here. And it is going to be a berry barrel. So we're going to place 3 of these. These are never warp blocks. And then all we need after that is spruce trap doors. And we're going to place them all around this outside like this. Put them upright. And then we have one more there. And there we have it. We have a barrel full of berries. Now look how cool this looks. If you built a winery, I bet this would look awesome in there. And another outside thing, we're going to have a hopper. We're going to have it going into the ground like that. We have a grindstone going into the hopper. And then we're going to have a spruce fence gate going into the hopper like this. And now we've got ourselves a cute little wheelbarrow. Look at this. Does it actually look like I'm doing doing it, kind of. This is a pretty big wheelbarrow. Whoa. All right, this next one requires a bit of show and tell. So we're going to have a wall to what would probably be your house. Then we're going to come to the side. I'm going to add some fences. We'll go up to, on the top, we're going to place our campfires. I'm going to go all the way across like this. I'm going to fill in all of these. Then we're going to extinguish all of them. I'm going to make sure they're all placed the right way, which this one isn't. There we go. And we can connect this end up here as well. Get rid of that. And now we've got a nice little overhang to our house. We're going to add some glowberries onto the side bit here. So then they'll grow down like this. Give them a bit of bone meal so you can see what will happen when they grow. And look at that. That will be a perfect addition to have on the side of your building. Like, look how cool this is. Oh my God. Imagine coming in. You could have your pets in here. You could build like a kennel here maybe or something. Have a little carpet maybe. I don't know. This looks awesome. We're going to do something similar next, but it's going to be in mossy walls. So we're going to go one there. And then we'll probably just go like 4 across here. So there's a 4 gap in the middle. And we'll get our spruce fences. Then we're going to go up by 2. On the top of that, we're going to add a trap door. Then in the middle, we're going to have our spruce slabs. And this is, again, you guessed it, it's going to be some more glowberries. So these could be ones you could have in rows, perhaps something like this. Let's make it glowy like that. And look how cool that looks. Oh, I could just imagine like rows of these on my walkway up to my house or something. That would be so cool. And for this next one, we're going to be using sweet berries instead. Now, we're going to need a flooring for this one. So I'm just going to make ourselves a little floor. And then from here, we're going to add 2 leaves like this. We'll come in by 1 and then 2 leaves. And we're going to do some rows like this. And then here we're going to do a mossy stone brick wall and we'll do a post like that. And we're going to have them on the ends of these little rows like this. We'll add the leaves up another layer. Then on the top, we're going to add trapdoors. And then underneath, we're going to have our berries. And look at that. Look how cool that looks. Now with this, you can just add another one across here. And look how cool this is. We can come through here. We can collect all our berries. They can't hurt us at all. What I probably would do is maybe add some lights in here. I'd put some like lanterns maybe on top of here or something. But you can experiment with that yourself. Now for this next one, it's going to be another thing you can do like the birch trees in the forest. Just add a bit more detail to your Minecraft world. If you have shade, you can actually place normal mushrooms on here. But I unfortunately don't have shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some soul soil into the insides like this, and then I'm going to place some of these mushrooms on here. Like, look at that. We'll add some vines onto the top like this, and if you want to have a little bit extra, we can also strip one of these logs as well, so it looks like it's maybe being struck by lightning and all the bark's peeled off this side. Now that looks pretty damn cool. And next one is an indoor decoration. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it'll look pretty good in there. We're going to place a note block. We'll have a flower pot on top of it. Then we have our flowering azaleas, which is going to be inside the pot like this, and this on itself looks pretty damn cool. But on the top, we're going to add the actual leaves for the flowering azalea. Now what I would do, I would put these in every single corner of my build just to add like a little bit more inside, because I suck at indoor decoration. All right, look, I'll admit it. And the next one is going to be another simple one like this. We're going to add a decorated pot. So then on the top, we're going to add a flower pot like this, and it will actually stick into the inside like this. And then we can add a torch flower. Now there can be any flower, but torch flower I think works especially well with this. Now look how cool that looks. Now it'd be really cool if the big flower pots could like hold flowers on their own and they turn into like a big flower to display that. That would be a cool addition to Minecraft, but Minecraft won't add stuff like that because it's too cool. Now because I'm going to be building out stone bricks for this one, we're actually going to go outside of the arena. You're going to get a sneak peek of the outside. Oh my God, it's empty. Oh my God. And we're going to build a little fountain. So we're going to go up by 5, and then we're going to start there for the piece up here. So we'll build this out of stone bricks first, and then afterwards I'll add some mossy to it. So just follow along when I'm doing this, because it's a bit hard to explain. I'm just going back and forward like this. Let's just follow along with me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a crescent moon. But first we're going to find the middle, and we're going to add a soul lantern underneath like this. Now this is going to be the very middle. Let's get actually the middle, which is this block here. Then we're going to go out by 4, so a 3 gap in the middle. Then we're going to make these 3 wide. And then on the corners, we're going to add 2 like this. Now let's add our water in here. And then we're going to add our water literally here like that. Oh, wait, I'm going to add some flowers around the outside. Okay, now the flowers, they made this build like 10 times better. Like, look how beautiful and colorful that looks. Whoa. And I almost actually forgot, but we're going to add some mossy cobble to this thing. I nearly forgot. I do that a lot. So let's do this. I'm just going to mix and match some on the bottom. I think the bottom will have a lot more because that's where the water is. Okay, yeah, that looks way better. Look at that. I can't wait to build this on my worlds. Like, this is so good. I'm going to do a very similar thing. We're going to do a circle again. So this time we're going to go by 4 wide. Then we go 1, 2. Then we're going to do 4 again. So it's going to be a bit like this. And there we go. We got a rough circle. And then I'm going to add an entrance on this bit here. So it's going to stick out. We'll bring it around the corner a little bit again as well, like this. So it adds a big entrance onto it. We're going to fill in the middle. Then around the outside, we're going to add our fences. So we should have a little platform looking like this. We're going to come to this corner here. I'm going to go up by 3, and we'll do that on both sides. And then we're also going to go 1 across diagonally here, and we're going to do it again, so 3 high. And then on top, we're going to add a canopy of leaves. This is looking circle enough. Yeah, that's a circle. All right. Then we're going to go up a layer, and we're going to do another layer like this. And we're going to make it look as natural as possible. But then we're going to do 1 more layer like this. And this is going to be a small layer. Now we're going to go to the sides and add bits that hang down over the edges. And now we're going to come onto the inside, and we're going to have some chains and lanterns hanging from the top. Now I'm going to be placing these pretty randomly as well. We just want to have a load of them in here. So we have something like this. We just want this place to be like really well lit up. Then we're going to dig out the inside here. We're going to add some mossy stairs to the outside like this. And then we're going to remove this, place these like this. Then we're just going to fill this in with water. Now look at this. We got a nice little outside bath in a gazebo like this. You can't get better life than this. Like, this looks absolutely awesome. Now we are finally back inside of our little building area. And we're going to come over here. We're going to be doing a fountain tap. So let's place a spruce log. Next to that, we're going to have our decorated pot. On top of the decorated pot, we're going to have a blue stained glass pane. And on top of the spruce log, we're going to have a grindstone facing that way like that. And on top of that, we're going to have some polished andesite and a lever here that goes down. And then on the back, we're going to have 2 dark stone fences, and this will be the lever to crank the water to go out into the pot. Now look how cool this looks. This is like really cool. And we can even add some small flower pots around the outside, and these will be like the smaller ones that we're filling up. But look at that. Now next, there's going to be some decoration very much like the birch tree, but this time we're doing a mushroom. We're going to have a little platform like this. We're going to go up by 2. Place a stairs, or come out a bit like this. So we'll have something that looks like that. Then once we get here, I'm going to place that there, and this is going to be where we're building our mushroom. So we're going to go out by 2. Fill it in. Then we're going to build up another layer like this. And then we're going to go in by a layer. So then we have a little plus symbol here like this. Then we're going to go up by 2 on here. And then up a little bit more like that. And then on the edges, I'm going to bring it down a little bit like this. So it looks like it's hanging down. We'll add some spots onto it like this. Now for the finishing touches, we're going to add some lanterns to light the place up. Okay, I think this is my favorite mushroom I've ever built. I think the Hyafi, the crimson stuff, is like doing a big part in this. Like, look how cool that looks. Now for the next one, I'm actually going to come all the way over here because I've actually built something very similar. Now, if you want to build this, I have a tutorial. I can link that into the description. But we're not building this today. We're going to add something to it. So I'm going to clear a little bit of a path for me here. And then we're going to add a little bit of a dock that we can get out to. I'm going to build it, and you can see exactly where I'm placing it. It's kind of pretty random of where I'm placing stuff, to be honest. So we'll do a little bit of a snake like here, get rid of all that. And we're going to have our trapdoors here like so. And we'll have them like that. Well, not trapdoors, slabs, but look at that. And then on the sides, we're going to add a sign. Not there. Okay, this has actually turned out really well. Obviously, this pond is a bit too small for something on this size, but if you do this near a lake that you've built next to, I think it could look really cool. Now, this next one is going to be hanging flower pots. So we're going to start by placing leaves like this. Now, you can be as wide as you want it. I'm just going to do it this wide. Then we're going to have 2 normal fences like this. On the top, we're going to have a stone one. Then on top of there, we're going to have campfires. And now we have a little bit of a platform like this. Now, this is very similar to the GlowBerry one over there, but this time we're going to add some chains to it. So we're going to do mix and match them like this. We'll have one that comes down a little bit further like that. Then we're going to add some pots underneath here like this, which you want to click the very bottom. I didn't add a chain there. Now, we don't want it to look too similar, so that should do right there. On the top, I'm even going to replace a few of these with leaves like this. Then all we have to do now is fill in the flowers. I'm going to pick some nice flowers that I enjoyed seeing. And look at that. We got a nice little hanging flower garden. Now what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to add another one of these campfires to the end. And then I'm going to add a lantern onto the ends like this. And I think this is going to add a lot of the needed light source that seems to be in this build, because we don't want the stuff spawning in here, obviously. Look at that. Okay, yeah, the light added to that makes it look way better. Now for this next one, we're going to be building a swing. So let's build some walls. And then we're going to have a 5 gap in the middle. So it's here. Then we're going to go up by 3 with the fences. We'll place another wall on top. Then we have spruce fence gates. We're going to place them like this and make them go out into there like that. Then we're going to add a trapdoor to the ends of these. We'll then have a spruce slab. We'll do trapdoors again, and then in the middle, we have another spruce slab. In the middle, we're going to have our fence gates facing inwards like this. And then on here, we're going to have 2 chains coming down. And on the third one, we're going to have iron bars instead, so these can connect to the trapdoors we're going to place. Now, unfortunately, we have to get underneath here, so this is going to be a bit of a pain, but we're going to go underneath and do upside down things like that. Break this, put those back, and now we've got a nice little bench we're going to add onto the back as well. So something like that. We'll break that. Oh, it's looking great already, and we're also just going to add a little bit of greenery that builds around it like this. Now I can just sit in here and enjoy my day. I'll have my little cottage behind me or something like that, and it'll look beautiful. So this next one is going to be an archway of fairy lights. So we're going to go up to 8. We'll have a 6 wide gap in the middle. And then this one is going to go up by 7. Then we're going to zigzag these down like this. We'll do it on the same side over here as well. And 2, they meet up in the middle. Now, of course, it won't be the actual middle because they're different sizes, but it should have one lopsided like this. And then underneath, all we're going to do is add our lights. We're going to mix and match them like this. Then we're going to add some leaves that slowly creep up around the outside like this. Okay, yeah, imagine this walking into like your kingdom or something like that. Like, look how cool this is. This next one is going to be for the inside of your base as well. And we're going to need a floor of mossy cobble here. So it's going to be a 3x3. And this is going to be a staircase made out of bamboo. 1 slab there. We'll get a bit of bamboo that grows to here. I'm going to place a slab there. Do another bit of bamboo, and that'll be too high. So then we do this. And you can see where I'm going there with this. We're just going to keep it going like this, break this, and we have a little stairs that go up like this. I'm just going to go up a little bit further. And there you have it. You have a bamboo staircase to get to the second floor. Now this will be so cute inside of a build. Like, look at this. Now for this next one, it's going to be maybe an indoor thing, or it could be like on your porch maybe. But we're going to have a moss block. We'll have this flowering azalea on top of it. We'll have 2 candles. We'll light them up. And then we're going to add our nice little romantic dinner place here. Add some arms to the chair. And on the back, we've even add some spruce trapdoors. Now we're going to have another flower bed. So we're going to go by 1 here. Then we're going to have a 3 wide gap with moss blocks. Then we're going to have another stripped log here. On top of there, we're going to add some pressure plates. We'll close up this with some trapdoors. And then on top of here, we're going to add some drip leaves. Then we're going to stagger them like a 1st and 3rd place. So something like this. And on the very top, we're going to add some pots. And then we're just going to fill these up with our flowers. That looks awesome. Look at that. Now, these are just so simple that you just add so many of them to all of your world. And I guarantee your world's going to look absolutely phenomenal after this. Okay, next we've got a gazebo. I'm going to start off with placing somewhat more mossy stuff here. We're going to have a 5 gap like that. And then from here, we're going to have our drip leaves go up by 4. And these drip leaves, they work really well as pillars for something that looks like very organic. Like, look how cool this looks. And on the very top, we're going to have a ton of campfires. So let's place all of these. Let's add some lights underneath here. Then we're going to go ahead and find the middle, which will be here. Place a temporary block. And then we're going to have some acacia trapdoors. I'm going to do a 3x3 with these. There we go. We got a nice little acacia table. We're going to do in the middle, we're going to do an acacia block like that. Then we're going to have some fence gates that go into it. And then we're going to add the fences onto the sides like this. You know what? I just thought of an even better idea. Instead of the acacia block in the middle, we're going to add glowstone. Okay, yeah, that looks cooler. Wow, look at that. Got a glowing little table. And for the finishing touches, we're going to add some leaves on top like this. Now, they don't actually have to poke through. They just need to look like there's some on top like that. Then we're going to add some glowberries in here like this. And that is a beautiful outside gazebo, which is very nature oriented as well. Now, this next one is a well, and I'm building out stone bricks, so I'm on the grass again. So let's place a chiseled stone brick. Then we're going to have a wall, and then we're going to have 2 fences. On top of that, we're going to have a slab, a trapdoor, and then on the very back, we're going to have a sign. Hanging underneath, we're going to have a grindstone. Then we're going to have some chains going down like this. Of course, this is going to be where the water goes. Make sure it goes down a little bit further. Make sure the chain goes in there so it looks like it's actually going in there. Then I'm going to enclose it like this, like that. Yeah, look at that. Now what we can do, we can turn this into an unlimited source of water. So make sure the bottom one's in there also. So make sure all of this is full blocks of water. So we're going to dig some more in there like that. And then we're going to come here and we're going to do upside down ones like this. We'll fill these with water. And then when we take this, it will fill up all the time. Look at that. We've got unlimited source of water. Now for this next one, we're going to have a little bit of netherrack here first. Have some blackstone walls. Then we're going to have 2 iron bars going up like this. In the middle, we're going to have a cauldron. We'll have a chain going into this one like that. Then on the sides, we're going to have 2 spruce trapdoors. Then on the sides, we're going to have 2 spruce trapdoors. And then we're going to have a dark oak trapdoor. Look at this. We'll have fill that up with water. And now we've got a cooking pot here. Okay, now we're going to start on a tent. So we're going to have a 3-wide gap here. I'm going to go up by 1 with trapdoors. We're going to double layer them like this. So they look like a slab on its side. On top of the inside one, we're going to have another stairs. Then we'll have another trapdoor like that, and we'll have a stairs facing outwards and another spruce slab there like that. Then we're going to have some trapdoors here. We'll do another slab here like this, and then we're going to do the same as the front. And there we go. We've got an outside of a tent, but we're going to fill it up too high with these wool here. And then we'll fill it in here like this. We can come inside and we can even add a fence like this. We can have a lantern there, have one on the other side as well. And then we're going to have pegs to hold the tent in a bit more like this with levers. And then we're going to add some fence gates and we'll make them so they face inwards on the top like this. Can I get away with them on the side as well like this? I think we can. This is very like Viking-y almost. Maybe it doesn't fit the cottagecore theme, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless. But we have made it to the end of the video. If you did end up building any of this, I'd love it if you could please consider subscribing. I post a lot of videos like this, as well as some other funky stuff as well, which you go check out on my channel. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Goodbye.